Hey there. So today I'm talking a little bit about using small pattern chasing tools to add details to things, and in this case I happen to be using a die that I got from Potter USA. If you want to come down here, I know that these dies sometimes have little details missing, or you want to change something. I wanted to show you how you can do that with these little tiny tools. They're small pattern chasing tools. And yes, unhardened tool steel. This is unhardened steel here. The chasing tool is hardened high carbon steel. You can chase into steel, soft steel with hard steel. So just chasing right into it. I'm going to do a little feather here, which, can you zoom way in on that? Which you can use as a shot plate. You could actually pick this texture up on your piece. So if you step back a little bit, you'll see how that goes. You just hit the intercom. So maybe I would put a vein down the center of that feather. Can you zoom in? So maybe I'll put a vein down the middle of that. Oops. I have this die set in just a drill press vise here, just so it doesn't bounce around on my workbench. So if I take a piece of copper, I'll just use this piece of copper. Let me just grab a hammer and I can make a little impression of that feather. Let's see, probably need something fairly heavy. I don't know, we'll just see how this goes. I should pick it up if I hit it in the right place. Yeah, I picked it up. Can you see that? So I just picked up the texture of the feather. I just chased into the steel. So you kind of make your own little shot die that way. But if there's little things missing in the die, like a tiny little point or whatever that didn't quite make it into the steel, you can use something like this tool here. I don't know, can we get that without it being blurry? It's a little oval, shallow embossing tool. And you know, I can go right into a space like this and make it more pronounced, or add little texture to it if I wanted to. Yeah, so that's soft steel is really great stuff. That's how these dies are able to be made in the first place. So here's the embossing tool, putting a little texture right onto the surface of the steel, and you can do this in the background, like, you know, for example, if you don't want this to be trim right here, maybe back up a little bit. If you don't want this to be trimmed off, where's the part that came out of this? If you don't want the face in this case to be trimmed off and you want to use it, all that extra space as, let's say, a round medallion, and you want there to be a texture in the background, you can put a texture in it with any of these tools. I'll just use one of the tools from the 4-piece matting set. So that when you do your pressing, you would have a texture in the background instead of just a plain background. You can put hammer marks back there with any of these tools too. Again, here's a little embossing tool. It's that round oval I had before. I'm going to go in the background here. And, you know, it was left a little bit rough just because that's just how the tool is made, because it's really not necessary for it to be clean out there. But let's say you wanted that to be clean. You just go in with your chasing tool and just make a little kind of a random keen texture. Can you see that? Right here. No, that's not a really very good picture. Let's do a little more and see if we can get it to come out cleaner. You can go in a direction with the peen marks. Let's say, you know, concentric circles, let's say, or whatever. Or it could be random. And I can do this with any tool, really. Make little marks like this. And what that does, it mats the background and gets it all even with a uniform texture. So it could become part of your jewelry piece. Can you zoom in on that? Is that able to be seen? Yeah. How about like that? So it started off like that, and we just put this texture in here. So again, that's zoomed way in. So sorry about our camera work here. So the texture started out, just like this, right off, straight out of the die, the master pressing, just left this, marks on the end. And I just put this, here, let's see if we can focus. I just put this uniform kind of spotted pattern on it. And, that's not beautiful because I'm trying to make an example, but you get the idea. You can make all kinds of marks in steel. And that did not affect the end of the chasing tool at all. And I was using tiny detail tools like this. I call them small pattern tools. Let's see, just to review, I used this one, and I used this one, and I used a straight line, which I cannot see. Here it is, for that feather. And that's pretty much it.